Welcome to English class.
A very good morning to everyone, and today in this video I'll be teaching you the third and fourth stanza of the poem The Tiger. In my previous video I have already taught and explained the first and second stanza, and I told that I'll be making the video of this poem in 3 parts. So this is the second part of the video related to the poem The Tiger. So before we proceed further, let's have a quick summarization of first and second stanza. So in the first stanza, we studied about burning bright in the forest of night, and which meant that the tiger which is in the forest, it appears like fire is burning, and which means that it is yellow in color. That's why in the dark dead of night in the forest, it appears like the burning fire. And it also reflects about the yellow color of the eye of the tiger, which appears to be flaming. In this paragraph, the poet also tells about the immortal hand or eye, that is about God, who is behind the creation of this powerful tiger, powerful animal which has both the qualities. It is magnificent as well as very fearless. So in the next stanza we studied that the poet wonders that from which distant place the tiger has been given that power or that burning flame appearance in his eyes, as he is not capable to go such distance place that is very deep inside or very high above as sky. So he is telling that no human being has that power, or no human being can dare to hold that fire in the hand and bring it into the eyes of the tiger. So who can do it? Only God, only Almighty can dare to put that fire by holding in its hand into the eyes of the tiger. So this was the quick summarization of first and second stanza. I have already explained in detail in my previous video related to this poem, so you can go through it if you still have any doubt. Now let's quickly move to the explanation of third and fourth stanza in a video.
Let's first see the third stanza. And what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? And when thy heart began to beat, what dread hand and what dread feet? So, first let us see the meanings of some of the words used in this stanza. In the second line, the word sinews has been used, which means the tissues that connect the muscles and bones. And then thy has been used, which means your. And then dread has been used, which means which is considered to be very reverent or something which is very daring or powerful. Now let's see the meaning of this stanza. In this stanza, the poet discusses the physical characteristics of the Almighty Creator, that is, who has created this powerful tiger. So he's telling, and what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? So through these two lines, the poet means that what kind of shoulder and the art the creator, that is God, would have possessed so that he is able to twist, that is to give the shape to the muscles and ligaments of the tiger, and also create the heart of the tiger, because no normal human being can create such powerful and magnificent animal. Here the poet is praising the power and the amazing art of God, which helped him to create tiger's heart. The third line, that is, and when thy heart began to beat, and the fourth line, what dread hand and what dread feet. So, through these two lines, the poet is amazed by thinking how powerful Creator's hands and feet must have been so that he could stand in front of tiger when its heart began to beat. Because we, the normal human being, cannot stand in front of tiger when it is alive, that is, when the heart is beating of the tiger. So in this stanza, the poet seems to praise the Creator's physical power, that is God's physical power, the daring nature, and his jaw-dropping art that he created such powerful and magnificent animal, that is tiger, and moreover his power so that he is able to stand in front of tiger when it is alive. Okay, now let's move over to the explanation of next stanza. What the hammer, what the chain? In what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil, what dread grasp? Dare its deadly terrors clasp. Let's understand the meanings of some of the words used in this stanza. In the second line, the word furnace has been used, which means an enclosed structure where lot of heat is produced. In the third line, the word anvil has been used, which means a heavy iron block with a smooth face on which metals are hammered into desired shapes. Then the word grasp has been used in the very same line, which means to hold firmly. And in the last line, the word clasp has been used, which means the same, that is to hold very tightly or firmly. Now let's understand the meaning of this stanza in detail. In this stanza, the poet questions the steps involved in the creation of tiger, which is a mighty creature of the jungle. The poet here praises the brain of the tiger. So he is telling from the very first line, what the hammer, what the chain, in what furnace was thy brain? So he is telling that which hammer, chain, anvil and furnace did the creator, that is God, would have used to create the brain of the tiger. Because it's not a normal brain. It is something which is very powerful. These tools are used by the ironsmith or the blacksmith. So is blacksmith who makes the things of iron. So he is telling that these tools are used by the blacksmith to create solid and heavy items. So similarly, these tools were used by God to create the brain of tiger. Here again there is the use of symbolism because the blacksmith here symbolizes the creator of the tiger. That is, it is used for God because he has used the same tools as it is used by the blacksmith to create heavy and solid items of iron, as God has used these tools to create very powerful animal, that is tiger. Now let's see the explanation of next lines. The brain of the tiger for the poet is no less than iron. So he thinks about the divine tools used to create the brain of such a deadly animal. So in the last line, he's telling that dare its deadly terror clasp, that he wonders how powerful would the grasp, that is the clutch, the tight hold of the creator would have been, so it was able to hold the deadly brain of this animal. So here he imagines the tiger being crafted or made by God, thereby envisioning or symbolizing God as a blacksmith who shapes and crafts his animals using fire and tools. So this was the explanation of third and fourth stanza.
So this was the explanation of third and fourth stanza in this video. In my next video, I'll be explaining fifth and sixth stanza of the poem.
Thank you so much for watching the video. Take care of yourself.